Chetry, fire on the water. The Army Corps of Engineers blasting a levee overnight. They're doing it to try to save towns upstream in the Midwest. More heavy rain is on the way today. And I'm Chris. Big reward
right.
if you
25
had,
million.
Yeah, if you had any information that led to the capture of Osama. Well, it says that it's not clear if anyone will actually get it. They say that the Al-Qaeda leader was, of course, one of the most. 54 minutes past the hour right now. A lot of people are talking about the political implications of this, of the killing of Osama bin Laden and how this affects President Obama. Some are even asking, did it clinch 2012 for him?
Capture of bin Laden actually have.
It's interesting because this sort of wiped out the whole Donald Trump thing from the headlines, too. So the president comes out strong with a bin Laden announcement, and just a couple of days before, he had been at the White House Correspondents Association dinner where the chattering classes were all remarking about, you know, the Trump and
the birth certificate. It's only been 3 days. That could change. But for now, some of the things that you guys are saying, interesting, on our Twitter, AJMC 1967 writes, 2012 election ended Sunday night, seeming to allude to the fact that they think that Obama's a shoo-in because of the mission to kill Obama.
But would he have already voted for Obama? That's the question.
Well,
the question
I had a couple of comments from people who said that they weren't going to. Here, I've got somebody, Jude 718 says, I was going to vote for him again even before Osama bin Laden's death. He got a huge mess dumped on his lap when he took over. But I got another one from somebody else who said, I wasn't going to, and this will make me actually change my mind and vote for.
It's a long way till 2012, though. I
know, and this is another interesting one that Fanny Corrali brings up. Recent history. She said, I remember Desert Storm vis-a-vis George H.W. Bush's election, so you can lose after huge successes. I bet this administration remembers that as well.
We want to know what you think. It's been a big week. No question it's been a big week for this president.
And welcome. Good morning to you. 7 o'clock here in New York this morning. It's Tuesday, May 3rd. Welcome to American Morning.
Ahead this hour, he was Osama bin Laden's neighbor, but he did with important new information about the raid that snuffed out Osama bin Laden. The Al-Qaeda
House now releasing photos showing what may have been some of the most tense moments of President Barack Obama's president. Well, bin Laden's courier, Sheikh Abu Ahmed, and Ahmed's brother were both killed in that raid that took Osama bin Laden out.
When history is being made these days, it seems ordinary people are becoming part of it because of social media.
That's right. A man who lived near bin Laden's Pakistan compound actually tweeted about the raid in real time. His first post read, quote,
Attar is joining us from Abbottabad, Pakistan, where he witnessed those helicopters going over him, and then he heard the crash.
I wonder how many Twitter followers he has now. I mean, the guy was just tweeting, minding his own business, talking about the helicopters in the sky, and then yesterday it was retweeted all around the world. Everyone knows he's the guy who live tweeted the raid.
And actually, when that was going down, what were they talking about? 5,000 tweets a minute when all the news broke about the death of bin Laden.
It was one of the busiest times ever for Twitter.
The hashtags were OBL, Osama, and Jack Bauer yesterday.
Right,
we're all
from
trending.
24.
It was very interesting.
All right, coming up next, the man who was involved in the decision to raid.
A lot going on this morning. Here's a look at your top headlines this morning. U.S. intelligence officials say their headlines. It's 50 minutes past the hour. American Morning is right back after a quick break.
Time Magazine's special issue on bin Laden's death hits newsstands this week. It features.
Before Osama bin Laden was buried at sea Monday, U.S. officials used facial recognition software as well as DNA sampling to confirm that it was, in fact, bin Laden who was killed.
Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Sanjay Gupta joins us this morning.
Sanjay Gupta, great to see you as always. Thanks so much.
You got it. Thank you.
And our top stories right after the break.
Sanjay Gupta, great to see you as always. Thanks so much.
You got it. Thank you.
And our top stories right after the break. Y'all remember your first or second grade teachers, right? Hello, Mrs. Mord.
Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Budano, I still remember you.
Students at a growing number of schools across the U.S. may never remember third or fourth grade.
I'm fascinated by this story because it's not because the teachers aren't memorable. It's because there are no grades.
There's no third or fourth grade.
There's no third or fourth grade.
So does that work? And how does it work? Deb Farrig takes a look right now in this morning's Education in America report. This sparked a nice little debate between all of us about whether it should be up to the local school districts
should
or
there be
should
more
it be
flexibility,
nationalized?
right? Should schools be able to find out what works and try new things? Because frankly, you've got failing models around the country. But Allie thinks you need strict national standards.
I think we have studied education for long enough in this country. We apply what works and fix the system that way. Not everybody trying something new.
Then why do so many districts have so much
Because
trouble?
everybody can do it differently. That's the problem. We have districts that work and plans that work, and we got everybody else saying, don't shackle me, don't make me do it a certain way. I know my district and my school better. And we have 90% of students not achieving their potential.
And we're spending twice per student today what we were in the 70s, and grades and nothing has gotten better.
I think that we're going to be looking toward innovation, different things that work in some areas as we learn more about
But we've got to be able to apply it across the board. The problem is you have isolated incidents where schools do things that work, and most students never get the benefit of it.
People care about schools. They care about news about their schools because it's a very personal experience.
And we have a special on it.
That's right. It's called Don't Fail Me. Yep, that's right.
Now that Osama bin Laden is out of the picture, a lot of people wondering how our strategy in Afghanistan might change and whether we need to take a closer look at our relationship with Pakistan.
Joining us live this morning from Washington to discuss this and where we go from here, Chairman of the House Select Intelligence Committee,